Greetings, it's the Mage of Hyperion here again. How are you all this evening? I have been busy, as you can see from here, although somewhat disorganized. I've been doing some rather mundane tasks, such as mining for iron. I have also been going around this village, lighting up the area here. There will be no more mobs spawning in this area, perhaps inside. I haven't done all the insides yet. I've also created another gate in much the same style that the locals use, and I have installed gates here so the local wildlife can't so easily come in. I have made my decision on the schools of magic that I am going to study, and they will be Thaumaturge and Witchcraft. I know the Britannia mod already, and having done some independent research, I don't believe sanguimancy or blood magic is worth the effort to put in. So as I said, I have been mining. I have got myself some iron equipment, and I also got the air and fire shards required to study Thaumaturgy. And also the Snowbell, Mandrake, Belladonna and Water Artichoke required for witchery. So let's see what we can do here. So, the science of magic. I think I read this last time, so I will not bore you with the details again. Submit and claim reward. So now I have the House Lexamani acceptance. And if I go back to here, you will see I can now minor in one of these. So this is the witchery quest. You can choose to study a secondary course if you so desire. You can only choose one, so choose wisely. And this is the Snowbell, Mandrake, Belladonna and Water Artichoke. And there we have our acceptance letter from House Ali Blacker. So now we have these. We have Hedge Mage, which is opened up, and the Lexamani and Alibaka initiates. I have also done a few quests in the magic chores here. Mostly it is this barrel, which I am currently using to store cobblestone, and these shelving units. They will help me with organizing my supplies. However, I am much more interested in my studies here, so let us go into House Lexamani. The Thorncraft Path. Upon delivery of your application, you hear a soft voice. Welcome to the world of the Thaumaturge Mage. Here, have some old wand materials. I'll see you after I get my forge complete. So I must hand in my acceptance letter. And I get two iron caps and either scribing tools, an iron capped wooden wand or a bookshelf. Well, I'm capable of getting bookshelves myself. There are some in this village, in fact. Scribing tools or an iron capped wooden wand. I'm assuming I can make a wand with these, so I will take the scribing tools. And that opens up a fair few. What do we have here? Let us go back into this quest. The Thaumanomicon. They say a spirit can be found if you combine leather and paper into a bookshelf and tap it with the wand you received. You can also find one from a village. I have looked in this village and I do not see any Thorncraft, although the Thaumanomicon is in that library over yonder, which I will go and get. In fact, I will go get that now. Even though it says I have it, I don't have one. It has just been in my inventory in the past. So that is over in this direction. There are rather a lot of villages. Most of them used to go into here, but they have now decided that this is the building they wish to congregate in, which is interesting, if a little loud, to be around. So this is the library, such as it is, and this is the Thaumaturge here. So I will have a look at that in due course. So we have the Thaumaturge, and we will get a reward bag and 2 ink sacks. They say your spirit can be found if you combine leather and paper into a bookshelf and tap it with the wand you received. Well, I haven't received a wand. Nevertheless, I will claim this reward. Let us have a look at this. It is a basic reward bag. What did we get in here? Villager reputation. I have no idea what to do with this thing. It's just a piece of paper, isn't it? Not a clue. I shall have to investigate further. Perhaps it is somewhere in this. Killing a witch. Very well. Now, since I have decided to go to witchery as well, these things will all become most useful. However, I am going to concentrate on Thaumaturge to begin with. I discovered an interesting thing while lighting this village. There is in fact a Thaumaturge node right within this village, over by this gate. If we go over here, can you see it? It is very faint. Right here. An aura node. I have no idea what that is or how it works. But I dare say we will find out in due time. So, let us have a look at the recipe for a wand. I'm looking here at an iron capped wooden wand, I'm assuming, since I have 2 iron caps. Yes, 2 iron caps and a stick. Very well. So we will make ourselves a wand. There we go. Now, what was this quest book? What did it say again about the combine leather and paper into a bookshelf? Well, I have leather. I do not have paper at the current time. But there is a library in this village. And so I may go and acquire one of the bookshelves in the library. If I can find where the library was. There it is. Right. We will of course not get the bookshelf itself, but we have plenty of wood to make it with. So if we take the books and make a bookshelf, and then we need some paper, so I will go hunting for some reeds. I shall return. Upon reading my instructions again, it strikes me that perhaps all I need to do is place the bookshelf and tap it with the wand. Ah, interesting. I now have on the top left of my screen here, the Thaumaturge. While I have the wand equipped, it gives me that little marker there. Let's see. Let's go and check. The village is lit. There is nothing to fear. Ooh. Let us see what this does, if anything, on the aura node. Does something, but I do not know what. Ooh. Ah. I see something is filling up. I have no idea what that is, but we will fill it like such. There are 2 more nodes just outside of the village as well, which I shall investigate. I am ahead of where I should be, I feel. Very well. Niter and aluminum. Great wood and silver wood, shiny gold caps, and the magical metal. They say the mysterious niter is a bright but cool flame that emits little heat, but the alchemical properties of this flame are quite vast. On the other hand, aluminum, I believe, is a very hot flame that burns for what seems like an age and a half. Niter is a surprisingly simple recipe. Take some coal and some torches and throw them in a crucible. Throw in a little bit of glowstone dust, and out from the water pops a fire. Lo and behold, that flame is only hot at the tip. Perdito, potentia, and ignis? Well, that's the thing. Alumentum can be easily crafted, but it looks like the easiest way, cobblestone and coal, may make a slight mess. It's concerning, but not concerning enough to cause a problem. Interesting. So let us see here. Niter. How does one craft such a thing? This does not tell us. I am assuming aluminum is the same. No. You can use it as a fuel. But aside from that, it does not say. In a crucible, they said. Well, let us look up crucible. It also does not appear to be something that I can craft. More research is required. What else does my book say? Thaumium ingot. There's quite a few uses for this particular metal, so many that it would be highly advisable to make several of them. Make some thaumium before you go crazy with what you can do. Once you have it, I'll send you a few things. Lex. And then we get a thaumium sword and our choice of one of these. Interesting. I believe I need to read the Thaumaturge. Plants and trees, ores, enchantments. Missing required research. Alchemy. Artifice. Arcane work table. Table. Research table. Basic artificing. Arcane workbench. All of these terms are things which I am not familiar with. Golomancy. Automagy. Talismans. Thaumic tinkering. Basic information, I believe, is what we are looking for here. Research. Thaumaturge. Knowledge fragments. I shall read this, and I shall return. I return. Having now read large portions of this most interesting book, I have discovered that there is quite a lot that I need to do. First of all, I have created these 3 tables. It is a very simple recipe. That is not a crafting table. It is simply slabs across the top with 2 pieces of wood there and there to create a table. I need 3 of those. If I right click with my scribing tools on one of this, it turns it into a research table, and if I right click with my wand on the other one, it turns it into the arcane work table where I may construct things. You can also take your wand out of this. Now the research table is very important. You see here I have access to some of the primal elements. Here we have air, earth, water, fire, order, and entropy. Now with these you can combine them to make other things. For example, if you were to combine fire and order, you get potentia, energy. If you were to say combine air, take this up, air and fire, you see down here that we found lux, which is light, and it gives us some points of lux. So there are a very large number of these aspects, and everything in the world is made out of these aspects. However, to get more points in these aspects and also to discover new ones, the best thing to use, I have discovered, is a thing called the thermometer. Now I need a second piece of gold for this, and I need 2 of these and a piece of glass, so I will go and smelt that sand into glass. I need 1 more piece of gold. I shall venture out into the world and fetch it, and I shall return. Excellent, I have returned. I am now going to construct the thermometer, which requires 2 pieces of gold, 2 of the shards, the thaumic shards, and a piece of glass for the thermometer. Now this is a very interesting piece of apparatus. You can use this to look at something, let's say this torch, and if you hold down right click it will tell you which aspects that thing is made of. So in this case, torches are made of lux, and you may have seen in the bottom right corner there that I got 1 point of lux, which is what the torch is made of, for looking at that, and it says you have discovered a clue for your research. Now if I look at sandstone, you can see there that it is Pedicio. I got points for Pedicio and Terra. And smooth sandstone, you'll see, is different to normal sandstone. It is Ordo Pedicio and Terra, for it is more ordered. However, if I look at the birch planks, you see there that it says at the corner, to understand this you need to study plants. That means that the birch wood is made of a substance that of an aspect I have not yet discovered. If I click on my table here, you will see that I have increased amounts of lux and Pedicio, Pedicio being this one, as I have scanned those substances. Now I believe if I was to take this and have a look at the birch wood, no, I still need to study plants, so there is something I am missing there. So let's have a look at this dead bush. Need to study the sources of life. Pressure plate. Need to study things that move. Sand I can understand, and so forth and so on. So there are a very large number of aspects. So I am going to continue my research mostly with my thermometer. For example, you can even throw things on the ground like this axe. Have a look at that. To understand this you need to study crystals. So there are things that I need to discover before I can find out what those items are made of. So I am going to traverse the countryside looking at various things and discovering new aspects as I go along. You can also try and combine them in this table here. For example, let's see, I'm just guessing here, but if we go fire and earth, nothing. But you'll see that they used up something there. So if I go fire and order, no, that is potentia. I've done that already. Fire and Pedicio. There we go. We have discovered gelum, ice, frost, and cold, and so on and so on. Air and water. Tempestus, weather. So I'm going to continue on with my research, and I shall return when I have discovered more items, and from there we will continue our work in this endeavor. I have discovered something interesting using the thermometer. The nodes show up much more brightly. There's one there and one there, but when you're looking at them through the thermometer they show up much more brightly. If I examine it, I cannot determine what is in this one. Let's see what is in this one. Ah, a great deal. So we have 14 aqua, 32 fire, and 38 terror. So I believe I can... Yes. You see here that my wand is filling. And I have left 1 point of aqua. It told me in the Thaumaturge that to completely drain an aura node of its resources may end up with it not refreshing those resources. So this will refresh itself over time. However, if I drained it of aqua completely, there is a chance that it would never get aqua again. So, onward. Good one. Spiritus and Vinculum. Census. Need to study beast. Need to study man. Normal fading. I don't know what fading means. One wonders if you can do the same with mobs as you can with these. I may see if I can get close enough to a zombie to scan him. See, I believe I am about to find out. Need to study the mind. I need to get out of here. Very well, I believe that is enough research for now. I have discovered quite the number of aspects, and there are more, as my aborted attempt at scanning a zombie can tell you. But for now, I will continue my research, and I shall return in the next episode. Thank you. Good evening.